Vamos a empezar, ¿de acuerdo, gente? Vamos a empezar con el podcast. Ya, esto se subirá a YouTube, ¿vale? Que lo sepáis. Esto se subirá a YouTube, ¿vale? Así que nada, a partir de ahora ya sabéis que va a ser en inglés, ¿de acuerdo? Así que, pues eso, lo dicho, ¿vale? Hello?
Yo,
How you doing?
one sec, I'm just going to turn you down. Okay. I'm good. How you doing, man?
I'm okay. Thank you so much for coming. Seriously.
No problem.
I mean, because I will explain to you a little bit, okay, what we're doing here. Because when I joined Twitch, okay, well, maybe you hear me a little bit strange or something. Is because today I'm moving to Spain, I told you, and then the room is totally empty, okay?
Yeah,
So it's going to be a little bit strange, a little bit weird. Se le escucha abajo, okay, 1 second, because I need to put you more volume here. I think now it's going to be okay. Can you just say hello?
Test.
Yeah, I think now it's going to be okay. I put him 200%, so now it should be fine, guys. Okay? Okay, so basically what we're doing here is when I joined Dead by Daylight, Twitch and everything, okay, I got the partner and everything. I met so many people.
Right.
And I said, I follow so many people as well, like you, like Otsarba, like so many big streamers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So basically I say, why don't do like kind of podcast, like to talk with them just in the case they want to join. And we talk a little bit about what they're feeling about Dead by Daylight, what they want to do in the future with Dead by Daylight, and these kind of things. I mean, it's not about talking about your life. Don't worry. It's not about your personal stuff
honestly,
or whatever.
Honestly, I've got quite a lot of stuff going on, and I had no idea what even this were.
No.
So it's just talking about Dead by Daylight and
yeah, it's talking about Dead by Daylight, about how you're feeling on Twitch, about how you're feeling with your community and these kind of things. I mean, I have some questions prepared, ready for you, and then if you want to, I mean, all of them are okay. I mean, I told you. I mean, Otsarba was here and he enjoyed. So I mean, it's not like a big deal, you know what I mean? I mean, I will not, and even more now, because you know what's happened. I mean, you know better what's happened in those days. So don't worry, I will not go that deep. So don't even worry. Don't worry. Okay, so basically the first thing that I wanted to ask you, is like if you want to talk about you, like just to let the people in my chat know who you are. I mean, for sure they know who you are, but just in case you want to
stream on Twitch, do YouTube, primarily on DBD at the moment. I've moved around different games. I got addicted to For Honor at one point. Played a lot of fighting games. But yeah, primarily on DBD at the moment. I do Killer, Survivor Rotation, and a lot of viewer requested builds. I guess I'll go into that later, maybe, like kind of my mentality to DBD, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, should I? Like, I could say that now. Like, ideally, what I want for DBD is for it to be fun at all levels. That's like my ideal vision. I don't think that'll happen, but that is kind of something I strive for. Let's just say, I guess.
Okay, nice. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, what else? I don't really talk.
No,
about myself.
I'm just asking. I mean,
this is
okay,
me.
okay.
You know, I'm just a guy who streams a game on Twitch, man.
Okay. Okay, so the first question is when you started playing Dead by Daylight.
Beta. So I was playing Culling. One thing about me is when I find a game that I like, I play it like non-stop and don't play another game. So this was the time I was only playing Culling all the time.
Yeah.
I got really good at Culling. I was loving it. You know, back in the day. And my chat was saying about this new game, Dead by Daylight.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I'll check it tomorrow then. And then tomorrow happened, and I was like on Culling again, and they were like, "Are you not checking DVD?" I was like, "I'll check it. I'll check it tomorrow." Did that a few days, and then eventually I did check it out and loved it. Like I think it was the beta, and you could only play Trapper. I loved it, and then from then, like I haven't been on it consistently from then because For Honor happened, but yeah, it's been a game I've got a lot of hours in it. I think it's the most hours that I've got in any game. But yeah, never looked back really. When I played it in the beta, completely unique game, right?
Did you enjoy the beta or no? I mean, did you like because so many people is like now saying, you know, that they started now playing Dead by Daylight, and they say now the game is bad. I mean, and it's always I say to them, you should see how it was in 2016.
Honestly, yeah, it was really bad. But the thing is, it's how naive we were. We weren't playing the game well, and we still aren't. Honestly, the majority don't play DBD at the highest level, right? Like I went against Oracle recently, and that kind of shows you the level you can get to. Not everyone will get to that level, but that's the potential that people can get to. So it's kind of the same thing. People aren't really playing the game to its highest level, therefore the game feels fine, right? So it's the same thing back then when we had infinites, we had insta blinds, we had instagens, we had all that stuff. It was messed, like complete imbalance, but no one was playing it completely. You know, they weren't playing it that well, so the game still worked. And it's the same thing now. No one's playing it really, really well, so it works.
And actually, no hooks as well.
What's that?
No hooks as well.
Yeah. Like the game was complete. Like it was crazy. Like you could do a gen in 1 second with a brand new part.
Yeah.
And we still won when you played killer.
Well, if you are good, yes. If not,
no, it wasn't about that. It's people just not playing very well. I don't know what to say.
Actually, because
like they were infinites. They were infinites where you could not get a survivor. Like it was impossible to get a survivor. Yet we still got survivors. and these players were infinites. Like the entity didn't block the window, so they could just keep going around it. They fast vaulted. For people who don't remember or didn't play or whatever, the killer vaulted. You know, when they're climbing over a vault, they did that about 4 times slower than they currently do. And survivors fast vaulted at any angle. You could fast vault any angle.
That's true.
And you could still get survivors. Not because of anything you did, because of what they didn't do.
Well, to be honest, in 2016 I didn't, because I started in 2016 as well, and I didn't play killer that much. I started play killer, you know, with which killer? With Freddy.
Okay.
Because for me it was fun. I don't know what you're thinking now about that Freddy, but I think I prefer the previous Freddy Krueger. I don't know you, but
really. I did figure out like a little plan you could do with him where you could create almost a spirit mind game where you injured them and then you what was it? I'm trying to remember now. So you injured them, they woke up, and then as you brought them back into the sleep, that's when you were invisible, and then you could get to a pallet and then you would be at one side or the other. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the old Freddy, yeah. I did that, and that was the only way to really make him strong. Other than that, it was kind of weak, I felt.
Yeah, actually, it's what Sarva was saying. Like the people who was really playing Freddy Krueger properly, you know, like when they knew the timing when they trying to sleep the survivor, they knew the timing that when they show themselves, just to move to the other side and then get confused the survivors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was kind of the main strategy you did on old Freddy. Some people might not even know how old Freddy worked.
That's why.
So they might not get what we're saying because they just think of Freddy as he is now with the snares. Before he used to have to put people to sleep, and while he were putting them to sleep, and he couldn't hit them either when they weren't asleep. And when he were putting them to sleep, he was completely invisible as well. Remember, so when they were awake, he was completely invisible. And then when he's putting them to sleep, you can't see him. I think you saw maybe little echoes of him, but they were an add-on which made that you didn't. I can't remember. And there were also add-ons what allowed you to put them to sleep quicker. But yeah, you put them to sleep, and then when they fall asleep, bang, you see Freddy, and he can hit you. It's like it brings you into his world. It made sense, you know, that mechanic, honestly.
Yeah, but that's what... Yeah, sorry, I cut you. Yeah, continue, sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, you know, it was more true to Freddy, I would say, that mechanic, than the current one. If you... Go on.
Because... That's why it was the weakest killer, because you needed to wait until the survivor is asleep, you know.
Well, was he the weakest? I can't remember. The method I found with the God, this is trying to think back. There was 2 add-ons which allowed them to go into dream really quick, weren't there? Like they could go in like 3 seconds. Like default was like 8 seconds or something stupid, but you could push it down to 3 seconds. And then using almost the hit and run style, what you can do with Wraith, and then doing that, the 50-50 at pallets. It gave him a lot more strength. But yeah, obviously really good teams could get around a lot of that. But I don't know if he was the worst, but he definitely weren't the best.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question is why Dead by Daylight and no another game? I mean, I was...
You could say that with any game, though.
Say again?
You could say that with any game. Why this game, not this other game? Because I jumped on it and enjoyed it.
By any reason, like you see in Dead by Daylight something like you don't see in another game? I mean, yesterday you were explaining to the people that there is not, on a stream, that there is not another Dead by Daylight. It's just Dead by Daylight. You go into Apex and you can go, you put the example of from Apex and you have so many shooters, but Dead by Daylight is just one.
Yeah, I mean, it's unique. It's also a really good streamer game, I feel. I really do. Like, especially when you play Survivor, like when you're on a gen, you can just look at chat and just chat. Usually, like, I came from fighting games and culling and things like that, and you couldn't really look at chat that much. You could look after the match, but you couldn't look when you were playing. DVD, you can literally, like, you're looking at the chat a lot. So it's quite a good streamer game too, I think. I mean, it depends. It depends on your streaming, like how you are as a streamer. But I look at chat a lot when I play DVD. I'm always kind of chatting.
Even Killer?
Not as much Killer. Killer, you need to concentrate a bit more. It depends. If it's a chill team, yeah. But if it's a sweaty one, no, I'll be concentrating.
Okay.
But with Survivor, it's a lot more chill.
Okay.
Because of the gens.
Yeah. That's why. Literally, you just press M1 and then you talk with your chat. You know what I mean?
The game literally tells you when to look.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at chat, and it's just like da da da, and it goes bing. Okay, my time to look at the screen. Space.
Literally.
Okay, look back at chat.
Literally. Okay, so the next one is which killer is your favorite?
Wraith at the moment. Even though I went against Oracle and they give me the reality of the strength of Wraith, that is only at the very, very highest level. I still think Wraith is a solid killer. I think he would be able to compete. He just won't be able to win any finals at a very high caliber tournament. But I do think he could still compete a bit, in the pools when it's like just people at the starting point. And at casual level, Wraith dominates. Like if you're good with Wraith, Wraith dominates. So yeah, I enjoy him. Obviously, the logical one to go for, especially if you're very competitive, and I am very competitive, but with DBD, it's definitely lessened. It's definitely kind of humbled the competitive nature of me because there's, I mean, if you want to be really, really competitive on DBD, you're probably just going to have to use Nurse or Spirit, or you're just going to have to that's it. I do believe that. Like, if you want to have the ability to always win, Nurse and Spirit. Which sounds very boring. Like, I like playing all the killers.
Yeah, that's right. We will talk
That's my
later.
opinion, though. Yeah.
No. Of course. But we will talk later about the competitive mentality because I have as well a question as well because I was and even better because you were yesterday playing with Oracle and today as well. But don't worry.
I didn't play them today.
Not today. Okay. Because I was streaming.
I'm thinking about going against them. So a lot of the stuff I do sometimes gets twisted and blah, blah, and people don't know like the real reason why I'm doing things. The whole reason of going against Oracle yesterday was just to see Wraith's potential. It wasn't to try and win. I mean, it would have been cool if I could win with Wraith, but it was more to see Wraith's potential. Next time I go against Oracle, I'll be actually trying to win. So I'll be trying Nurse and Spirit. Because I know they have potential. This will be very difficult, but at least they have potential to do it, right? Though we did end up getting one kill with Wraith, which they were shocked by. I didn't use no-ed, and we got one kill. That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. No, actually, against Oracle, my God, it's one of the best teams that you can.
So it shows you, it shows you Wraith solid, man. Like, obviously, again, at that level, not many killers can compete. But for him to actually kill, I think I got 5. I got 3 hooks and 5 hook states or something like that, which they said would be a draw. I don't really know how the tournament stuff goes, but. Yeah, we'll talk later about that. Don't worry, because I'm doing as well one tournament. I'm doing a Spectrum, and they Agony, Oracle, so many teams, Sinister, I don't know, Eternal, Eternity. I think you know them. So they play in there. They play in there. So yeah, it's really good. So the next one is which Survivor is your favorite? I'm probably gonna have to say Ace.
Ace?
Because so Golden Blur, Golden Blur. So the whole thing it was I was doing a challenge. I used to do loads of challenges before I did viewer requests. I did challenges all the time, like just all different kinds of challenges. I started a recent one that Grandmaster Adept, but I hadn't done a challenge, for ages before that. But when I was doing one of the challenges, it was getting to rank 1 with no mither, and Ace were the one that I decided to pick, and he got me to rank 1. We had a moment when we went against Doctor where I did this. It was probably more him than me, but it was still kind of sexy. Where I did this kind of little juke. I would have gone down and then lost or whatever. And I said, it was like as if he saw a gold, like he just saw a blur of gold, and then I was gone, and then that name Golden Blur kind of formed, and then I'm a bit of a loyalist, so once I've created that Golden Blur name, I kind of stick, with that. That has to be the one, right? That has to be the guy. So yeah, that's kind of my thinking with it.
So can I ask you, do you like Ace as well because he's not doing any noise? Because actually he doesn't.
That was actually That was actually such a coincidence. I didn't know that.
He doesn't need Iron Will at all. So
yeah. He's actually one of the best to do the no mither challenge with, but I didn't even know that. So just a perfect coincidence, I guess. But yeah, he is one of the quietest. But no, that's not the reason.
What do you think about the rework?
Rework on him?
Yeah, the face. I mean, like,
yeah, that's cool.
Because so many people, they were saying like he's losing his smile.
Yeah. But they've said that's just T-pose. Like he'll still have the smile.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just default. Like they haven't put any animation to it.
Okay. So then.
Yeah, he'll still have the smile most likely.
Okay. Do you consider yourself like main something? Like I'm a main killer, I'm a main survivor? Nothing? No?
I can't play killer survivor 50-50, like down the middle, man.
Yeah, I was talking in the chat today because I started the streaming today like 9 hours ago. And was one guy here that he is one of your subscribers. It's a Spanish one. That's why I told you that you have a Spanish community in your community, because seriously in Spain, so many people, they think that you are a great guy. It's the truth. That's why I wanted you to, because when you asking me like, man, I don't know what is this, I was like, don't get scared, because I don't try to ask like.
Oh, don't worry.
You know what I mean? I mean,
yeah.
It's just for fun.
It's just I don't know why, but all of a sudden I've just got so much going on. Like just so much going on. So I'm trying to juggle so much stuff. So I completely did we talk about what this were? Like I can't remember. I wasn't scared. Don't worry. Like if it was some like horrible thing, I could just disconnect. Not like it's not like I'm like trapped in this room or something.
No. Of course. So yeah. So I was saying like, because I follow you like 2 years ago or something like that, even more I think. So most of the time I see you playing killer. I know you playing 50-50, okay? But most of I think you enjoy more playing killer. It's my feeling, eh? I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just saying that it's my feeling, no?
No, I like both.
Both the same? Like
yeah. Once upon a time I was a killer, man, about 2 years ago or whatever. Maybe a year and a half. But no, I like playing both. It's nice. It's kind of like the yin and yang. Like you have like a really kind of, I mean, it depends with killer. Sometimes it's chill, but say if it's like a kind of stressful game, you have like a really stressful game with killer. Well, actually, no, it can go both ways. So say if you have like a really chill game with killer, and then you play a survivor and someone's getting face camped, or you're just getting face camped, it's really boring. You got that yin and yang. You've got the all right game you had, and then you've got this right. But it can go other way. You could have a really stressful game with killer, where it's just like a really strong team, and even if you win, it's like, oh, that was so stressful. But then you can jump on survivor and have a really fun chase. So you get this kind of yin and yang. You get the good and bad, or you can have good and good. But yeah, no, I like both.
Okay. No, I mean it's curious. I mean not that curious, like weird or something, but 90% of the people, they say, no, I'm more like survivor, or no, I'm more like killer. But you are 50-50, no 49-50, no 51, nothing.
No, I like playing both. I think that's one of the beauties of DVD, and that's why I tell everyone to play both. Like this, it's like playing two games.
Okay. Guys, just in the chat, because I see that you have some questions. If you want to ask something, you go to the Discord, okay, in the Spectrum Discord, and you have one section that is question podcast, okay, and you put there your questions, okay. Okay, so tell me about what you're thinking about the Dead by Daylight 2, like right now. Like, you think it's worse? You think it's better? You think they need to improve things? I mean,
What I'm thinking about Dead by Daylight,
like right now, like you thinking TRU3TA1ENT is waking up and he's starting the streaming, and it's like, okay, Dead by Daylight is like that. So, what's your opinion? I mean,
what are you saying? What's my opinion on DVD? What's my opinion as I'm about to start the stream? Like, what would you?
no, I mean, like what is the game for you? Like, where is going? Where is coming from? Like, how to say, like, what you thinking right now about Dead by Daylight? Like, okay, so now Dead by Daylight is a survivor cider, or now Dead by Daylight is getting better because they're doing this. I mean, your feelings.
Okay, so my feelings. Well, I mean, I guess I'll address the kind of progression. I think behavior take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So they'll do some nice things, but then they'll do something bad. So the progression's a lot slower. I also feel that they are trying to cater more to casual play, which is whatever. You know, once upon a time I was like, oh, let's try and hope that we can push it so all levels are fun and no. I genuinely feel they are pushing more for casual play, which is fine. It's whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know. I at the moment, I'm just kind of,
I mean, I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you like what you're thinking about the depths or whatever. I'm thinking. I'm saying to you about. Don't worry about that. I'm saying about Dead by Daylight, like the game, like. Okay. Well, sometimes it's really hard to play killer because the RAS and the gens they repair so fast, or they need to still change pallets because there are so many pallets still. I mean, what are you feeling on playing Dead by Daylight? Not about depths, not about.
I think the best way to play Dead by Daylight is just chill with it. Personally, like if you care so much about getting this win or getting this escape, etc., you're just going to stress yourself out. Like. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm thinking. Like when I jump in, I play the killer. I try and play as good as possible with that killer. If there's insane tiles, whatever. If there isn't insane tiles, whatever. I try and do some sexy moments. Try and get some nice highlights. With Survivor and Killer as well. I feel the highlights would mainly be from Survivor personally, because I think Survivor gets a bit more control of the chase, and you can get some really crazy chases going on if the killer commits. But you can do some nice little things with Killer as well. At the moment, I've just been playing Nemesis, so I haven't really been, using every killer. So it's been, basically just playing Nemesis. But there's still some little, funny moments what can happen with Nemesis with the zombie downs, But yeah, like, I just chill with it now, man. Like when I was when I was younger, when I was playing some other games, I was more competitive. I was like, I want to win, and it's still nice to win, and I do want to win, but I'm way more chill with it. If I lose, man, it's like when I went against Oracle, I was just like,
Yeah, actually,
I just chill with it, man. I think that's the best way to play DVD. I really do. You just chill with it. You kind of, especially if you play killer, just leave your ego at the door. Leave your ego at the door. Play killer. You'll have a good time.
Yeah, but how many hours do you have on Dead by Daylight?
Like 5.7K or something.
So that's why you saying like you put your ego on the door. That's why you're saying that you are not competitive anymore like before. Because for example, I think it's a process. No, I don't know if you think in the same, but I think it's a process. Like when we have like 1,000 hours, we want to still get better. You always want to get better. I always want to get better. But I mean, like we are more competitive. Like we care more. Like, oh, I need to kill 4 of them. I cannot let them to repair more, because you know what I mean. Like you are more competitive. But when you have more like 5,000 hours, like I have 5,000 as well. So it's like you see the game like more for fun in a pubs games. I mean, you know what I mean? Like in your day, in your streaming, you open streaming, you play, and you don't care like before like I need to kill all of them.
Oh yeah. Like looking back and thinking back to how I were, like even a year ago, like total different mentality. Before I really, needed to, and it was really annoying not doing it, but now I'm just like, yeah, move to the next game. just move to the next game, Survivor, maybe there's gonna be a cool moment. Or if I were playing Survivor, like today I went against a Leatherface, right? And he was just face camping everyone, right? Very boring, but just move to the next game.
Yeah, but sometimes you need to do this one or no? I mean, what do you think? Like
What?
Like you need to camp sometimes and tunnel sometimes, no? Or you? I mean, because I no, you don't think this one?
No,
I mean,
the only time. So the only time I would camp or tunnel or whatever is if I were doing Grandmaster Adept, right? Where you literally have to not camp, but you need to tunnel. Do you know Grandmaster Adept, that thing I created?
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, have you tried that?
No, actually.
Try it. Red ranks, all killers, 2 pip, no perks, no add-ons.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, the only time I'll really camp is there's probably two times. If I can see that the survivors are just being dicks, and I'm like, well, you're not even camp. That's more tunnel. If the survivors being dicks, I'm like, right, okay, I won't play chill for you. I won't, because I play quite chill when I play killer. I want everyone to have a good time, and I also want the game to be more about skill than advantage. But the time I would camp is endgame collapse, because there's not what you can do. You're literally forced to do it. I wish I didn't have to, but you have to. Unless you just want everyone to escape, of course. Because of the mechanic of hitting a survivor and letting them get a sprint burst and you having the slowdown in recovery while wiping your weapon, it basically... You do know that they can run about half a map when you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if the exit gate's like half a map away, you literally won't be able to chase someone, or they'll just run straight to the exit gate. So you're forced to camp. I really wish you weren't, though, because it's boring as fuck. But the end game is one of the most boring things to me in DBD. I find it very, very boring.
You don't like the end game?
No, that's boring. So
really?
the end game to me is slugging the third to look for the fourth. If you don't do that, it's closing the hatch, but then going back and forth to the exit gates to see which one they're on. If you don't do that, the team's alive and they're all just borrowed time trading. It's boring.
So what you saying? Like you prefer like the previous one, like when the hatch was open and then you couldn't close?
No.
Wait.
I'd prefer one what isn't created yet.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you don't like the end game, means that you prefer when the hatch was open all the time and you couldn't close.
No. I've never liked the end game. I think the hatch is not a very interesting mechanic. I'd like an end game chase. I think that'd be way more interesting. Kind of like...
I mean, like if before the end game, I mean, you could... I mean, it's not about the hatch, because the end game is not everything about the hatch, but if you close the hatch, the end game starts, So you prefer... If you don't like the end game, so which will be your like solution instead of the end
well,
game?
I've said this many times. I don't know if you've seen on my stream or whatever. My solution, they won't do this. I
mean, I'm watching, but so many times I cannot watch like full stream.
Yeah, it's fair enough, man.
But
I won't say all the time. So my idea would be just the gist, not in depth. It'd be an endgame chase. So once you've killed the third survivor, right? The fourth survivor's aura is shown intermittently, like every 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever, just so they can't hide. And the pallets respawn what have been used, dependent how many gens have been done, right? And then if that survivor survived X amount of time, they get to escape. That's way more interesting, because then you have this epic end chase. Will you get them? Will you not? If you don't, nice, they get away, they deserve it. If you do, odds were against them. It's this epic moment. You could get highlights out of it, end-game chase highlights. But yeah, whatever. Like I think it's a good idea. I think I come up with some nice ideas. I've said many times that before I did go into streaming, I was going into advertisement / graphic design. I was a bit of an ideas person. different ideas for advertisements and things.
Mhm.
I think I come up with some more ideas for DVD, but none of them will be implemented. And I'm completely fine with that. But yeah, I would fucking love an end game chase. It's so much more interesting. Do you enjoy once you close the hatch, just going back and forth, looking at the fucking exit gates?
I mean, it's making longer actually, but you know that the time is going to finish.
It's so boring.
I know, yeah, but at least with this
man.
mechanic, I'm just saying, but at least with this mechanic, you know that you have 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But before, you could be like, you remember when you were the killer, and for example, the hatch was open, you couldn't close, and then you could be like 10 minutes looking for the last survivor, and the survivor didn't open the gates, and the survivor didn't even try to escape from the hatch because
You mean when they kind of hijacked the game?
yeah.
Yeah. No, that was worse. But you're doing a kind of, yeah, this is bad, but it was worse, and that's fair enough. But like, it could be better, is what I'm doing.
No, of course, could be.
Yeah.
Everything could be better.
So basically, the two positions are, you're kind of, it's bad now, but it was worse, and then I'm, saying it is bad. It was worse, but
could be better. You are like, I could be better. No, of course.
Yeah, I'm always for that, man. Like, sure, you can always look back at things and they were worse, and that can, I guess, validate the situation right now, even if it's still not perfect. But it seems better to kind of look for solutions.
No,
if you
of
look
course.
for solutions to make it better.
I mean, I'm not saying that the collapse is the perfect solution, but
I literally just let survivors get the hatch at this point. Like, I'm not slugging the third to look for the fourth, so I'm not gonna just look around for this hatch.
Mm-hmm.
So all I do is once I've hooked the third person, I just kind of walk around and just wait for them to like jump in the hatch.
So like that cutie Kate that you left escape today with the medkit.
Oh no, that's different. If they act all cute, I'll probably let them go. Especially if they give an offering.
Yeah, but after they
They're
take
so
back.
innocent. Oh my god, fuck's sake. Yeah, because it's annoying because they pull on your empathy strings, don't they? They're like, I'm so fragile and innocent. Here's an offering, and you're like, oh, okay, you can do it. Okay, I'm just gonna take my offering out for fuck's sake. So now I need to like. Do I hit you now? But then I feel bad because I've kind of give you an idea that you will leave, but you did take away the offering. So they put you in this horrible situation. It's like, fuck's sake, man. Just leave the offering.
It's like you offered your hand and they take your arm. Literally. Literally. Yeah, it's really nice. Okay, so you said about the end collapse, but what you will make, like what you will try to make better from Dead by Daylight, like I don't know, like what you thinking like could be better?
What do I think could be better?
Yeah,
Lots of things.
Yeah,
Smaller
yeah,
map sizes, regression. Like the thing is, it isn't about putting this in instantly. It's about doing PTBs and testing things. When I talked to OTZ about this, he was kind of in the same thinking where it doesn't need to be something huge, right? So it could literally be the regression right now is 1/4 of a solo, right? That's how slow it is. So if you made the regression 1/2 of a solo, right? Okay. And then you just put that into PTB and see what happens. Like, it's all about the way you have to think about it is like this half of a regression instead of 1/4 is like putting a pebble, just dropping it into some water, right? Even though the pebble's just dropped in a tiny bit of the water, the ripples of influence and what that has created could be bigger, right? It's like the butterfly effect kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I think they should do. I think they should experiment with small little things like that and see what the ripple is like. But if you want something like, not as what would I say? Something easier to just like digest. Smaller map sizes.
Yeah, actually, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, the maps. I think is the maps. The gens. What do you think about the gens?
Well, as I said, you can't do it all at once. Like this is one of the problems the devs actually have as well. Like, they don't understand changing one variable can do masses. Like, when they nerf something, they change so much at once instead of just changing one thing to see how that would have been. And it's the same with this. Like if I'm like, okay, make the map smaller, make the regression more, make the progression on gens longer, make it sort of, and I just put everything at once. You don't know if some small tweak would have fixed it, and now this is just overkill. So what you want to do is you want to do little small fixes. That's what I would do.
Okay. Nice.
So I guess the first thing I would do, like say if I'm in charge of the game now, right? I would grab I would tell everyone we are making every single map 8,400 to 9,400 square meters. That'd be the first thing I'd do. We're going to put it in a PTB and we're going to look at the results from that. The thing is, like, what results are they looking for as well? Because a lot of me is thinking when people are playing well, but I don't know if the devs are actually looking for that. So that goes on to a whole different conversation, doesn't it? Like, what are they even looking for? Let's just pretend they're looking for people playing well. So yeah, I'd do that. I'd make every map 8,400 and 9,400 square meters. It seems like the sweet spot. 8,400 is Call Tower ish.
So you will like to be like all the maps, every map like Call Tower, or no?
Every map should be between 8,400 square meters to 9,400 square meters.
Yeah, but to be honest, I don't.
No map should be smaller or bigger.
So you mean all the same?
No.
Not all the same, but between. Okay, in between.
Yeah,
okay.
in between.
Okay. Sorry. How is Cold Tower?
8,400.
Okay.
And that's good size. It's not like I'm saying these maps need to be like tiny.
Yeah.
It's good size, man. I mean, it's Oracle. It's fine on it.
Yeah, it's good for survivors and it's good for killer as well.
Exactly. You're getting chasers.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
But again, talking about like little changes. Maybe the distance between each pallet would be a good idea too. Because one thing I noticed, if you saw the Ray First Oracle, I had brutal strength and an add-on which allowed me to break things even faster, and an add-on which allowed me to reveal myself quickly. And if you know Wraith, when he reveals, he gets a speed boost. So we broke the pallet about 80% faster than normal, and got a speed boost, and the survivor still got to another tile.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So maybe looking into a bit further tile gaps, or they need to be careful though, because just breaking the pallet and getting to the survivor isn't really gameplay either. I don't know, man.
So
it's a hard one. It's a hard one. That's why I think just try the PTB on the map size.
Yeah. No. I mean that's why actually I didn't think about that. I mean, I was thinking like for me, Call Tower. I don't know why sometimes I call water. I don't know, man. Call Tower is for me the best map, one of the best of my favorite actually. And yeah, I was thinking that sometimes like they could do this kind of maps. I'm no big like I don't know how it's in English. The Huntress map. I don't know how it's in English. So and they even made it smaller, but it's still.
Mother's Dwelling is 12,000 square meters. They didn't make it smaller, I don't think.
They didn't. So which one they did? So. They did it smaller. The plague.
They did the swamp map small. I know that they were really big. What map did they do smaller?
I think Yamaoka they did it smaller as well.
I'll check Wiki if they've updated.
I think Yamaoka they did it smaller because you could see one wall, like before was no wall there, was map.
So they made Mother's Dwelling smaller? I believe they should have, but I don't actually think they did. Let's see. Unless they didn't update here.
I think they did. Maybe not the...
Wait, don't say they have. No, it says 12,000 square meters.
Okay.
It feels like it's about as long. Pretty sure. Yeah,
maybe the plague one?
Square meters, it's insane.
The plague one?
The Temple of Purgation.
Yeah. Because that one, I think some of them...
Yes, they did with that one.
Okay, so that's why I'm saying. But so still that one is, I think, is big.
Wow, yeah, they didn't change Mother's Dwelling, but they changed the plague one. That's so weird.
You see? I knew that.
The plague one's 9,900, so it's still too big because I've said 8,600 to 9,600, so it needs to be a bit smaller, that one, but it's closer.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
Like just to give you perspective, right? So 9,000, what was it? 8,600 to 9,600. Just looking at the maps. So Groaning Storehouse would need to be a bit smaller because it's 9,000. Well, it's nearly 10,000. So that'd need to be a bit smaller. Ironworks would need to be a bit smaller because it's 10,200. Shelter Woods would need to be a bit smaller because it's Shelter Woods is 11,200, by the way. Suffocation Pit would need to be a bit smaller because it's 10,000. Blood Lodge is 10,000. 10,000. Wrecker's Yard is in the sweet spot. Wrecker's Yard is 9,200. And Wrecker's Yards, people quite like that map, don't they? I'm not sure. Let's see, what else is there? Rancid Abattoir, that's 8,700. Thompson's House is 9,700. So just to give you a kind of a perspective of how big it is. Father Campbell's Chapel, that's 8,900. So you can see kind of where I'm talking about, right? 8,600, 9,600.
yeah, actually,
Treatment center is 9,400. See, I think it's a decent spot. I really think it's a decent spot. Badham is 9,400. Yeah.
no, I mean, makes sense what you said. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So
I think it's a decent spot. I ain't just pulled this out of nowhere. I've looked at all the maps and I've looked at kind of a good spot for it to be between. So
okay. Okay, so the next question is like, you don't participate in any tournament, right? I mean, no. Okay.
So versus Oracle,
Yeah, but like
that
random
was
streams,
my
but
well,
not,
no. The Oracle thing was like my kind of dip in the water, my dipping the toe in the water to see if
Okay.
I'd want to, because with competitive, what I'm mainly seeing, it's a lot of slugging, it's a lot of nowhere, it's a lot of camping, and I'm not really, I don't find that too interesting. So I was like, you know what, Rafe looks like he might have potential to do juggling. He might have potential to play in a more fun way. So that's why I wanted to try it. Now I see that he can't. That's, it put me off even more. I don't just want to play in Nurse and Spirit, and I don't just want to slug, and it just doesn't interest me too much, sadly. Maybe in the future, because I am a competitive person, but it just doesn't, DBD competition doesn't interest me, sadly. I want it to, but it doesn't.
So you find like funny the tournaments or no?
What's that?
If you find like, if for you they are funny, I mean, like if you enjoy watching tournaments or
Not really,
or
sadly.
you don't really like that stuff.
No, like for watching like high level play, I watch fighting games. That's kind of like the entertain, like very high level entertaining kind of thing for me. Sadly, DVD doesn't do that for me yet. I mean, it has potential. Will it ever get there? I don't know. I don't know if the devs want it to get there. I don't know if the community wants it to get there, by the way. But yeah, we'll see. We're not psychics, are we? We don't know.
I mean, the devs, they don't want, because
I don't think so. No.
we can see. but you can see on Twitch like so many tournaments now. I mean,
What was that?
well, I mean, at least in Spain there are. After you can see Hex is one, mine one that is Spectrum. Just in case you want to check, but they come in Oracle and this kind of thing that I told you at the beginning. You have in the other platform, the green platform. I will not say the name. You can see there that tournaments by esports. Like they do like every week or every month, like one tournament with 500, dollars or something like that. So I mean, I respect your point, but I think the competitive, if we can say like tournament, let's say, is growing. I think. I mean, it's my opinion. I don't know what I don't know yours, but.
Well, I don't follow it, honestly. Like as I said, I'm only going to really follow stuff what I'm interested in. And
no, fair enough. Don't worry.
I'm not saying like I don't want to be. I do want to be. Like I like following the higher level play, but the higher level play of DVD just doesn't interest me, sadly. Like I wanted it to. That's why I tried the rave thing. Like the rave thing. If I did well with rave and I could see the juggling, you could do this and that, and it didn't just have to be slugging or camping or whatever. It would have, lit a bit of a flame, I reckon, but it kind of solidified what I was already thinking.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. As I said, future. Maybe some little changes will happen to the maps. Maybe they'll get a bit smaller. Maybe some regression. Maybe some more fairest the tiles. Maybe the tiles will be more fair. At the moment, they're quite one-sided. Like you put the pallet down, you have to break it. So little things are here and there where if you put a pallet down prematurely, it's actually a bad thing, not a good thing. That could help a lot. It could help a lot of the other killers be more viable when the survivors are playing very well. Who knows?
Okay. Okay, so YouTube or Twitch?
Both.
50-50, no?
Yeah,
like
both,
Survivor
man.
Killer, 50-50.
Yeah, why pick one? I like both.
No, but I mean, I think Twitch is giving you something like YouTube, no? No, I mean, everyone, like you are more like closer to the viewer. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay, so yeah, in the sense of so the thing is, YouTube is just kind of the highlights from my Twitch,
Okay.
right? With Twitch, I'm actually there with people, but I like both because it's giving people who can't watch at that time more stuff to watch. And when I'm on Twitch, then I'm chatting with people. Like it's a weird question, honestly, because yeah, like I do like the interactivity of Twitch more, but I still like that I've got YouTube. Like
No, it's fine. I mean, it's good. It's good because actually YouTube is bringing you people on Twitch as well.
Very true. And it's also giving people who can't watch something to watch. Like I've got playlist after playlist after playlist, man. Like thousands of fucking hours. You can put on a fucking Trapper playlist, right? And then you'll just have like hours upon hours of just Trapper games. It's perfect.
No, that's right. That's good. So why Twitch? I mean, why did you choose like I want to do streaming?
So when I was on YouTube only, we had a really active and really nice community. This was when I was a bit smaller. We had like, on 1,000, 2,000 view video or whatever, we'd have like 1,000 comments. Like it was really active, right? And then Google Plus came in to YouTube. I think it was Google Plus. I think it was that. It was something called that. And what that meant is people needed a Google account to be able to comment. This was before it was actually forced on you, right? It was optional. And then when that happened, it went from like 1,000 comments to like 10. And I was like, oh shit, this feels... Yeah, I kind of lost that connectivity. It's a bit blurry because this was fucking years ago, man. But I remember it was something like that what kind of pushed me to try Twitch. And then when I went to Twitch, got that connectivity back, got that interactivity, because I like interacting. I probably interact more than I should, honestly, because that's sometimes why I get into like some stupid fucking conversations. Because I talk with everyone the same, right? We're all just people. But from me just talking to just anyone on Twitter, it can just fucking blow up in just stupidness. But yeah, I like the interactivity. There you go, short answer.
Okay, good. So last one from me. Okay, and then I will ask you some from the people that we have actually 4. What are you looking for from your community? I mean, like, what do you want in your community on Twitch? Like, for example, because it's a weird translate from Spanish to English is not, doesn't make any sense.
I want a very open-minded, intellectual community.
That's good.
I don't want it just full of memes. I don't want it just full of just copy pasta. I don't want just spam. I want some really good conversations. I want some, I want to have conversations which, gain me insight into things, right? And I want to give insight into people. Knowledge.
Right. Really good.
Knowledge. Yeah. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Okay, so the first question is from Christian. Is like, wait, because first I need to read because I don't want like they will ask you something weird. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about tunneling and camping, especially when 3 or less gen left?
My thoughts on tunneling camping when there's 3 gens left. I mean, you can do what you want. Like, you can play killer how you want. is it going to be very fun for the survivors? I mean, it's dependent. It's dependent how you're doing it and stuff. Like you should. People seem to go off this kind of like survivor rulebook. It's really fucked up. Like you have this survivor rulebook. I do think like this game is very biased towards survivors. Like they seem to be the kind of parent figure to the child killer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no fucking rule book you need to follow, right? Survivors don't follow a rule book. They'll do the gens as fast as possible. They'll teabag. They'll click at you. They'll do whatever they want, right? You don't need to follow one. The thing with me is I have quite high empathy, right? And if I feel like I'm making a survivor have an unfun game and they haven't done anything wrong to me, I don't feel too good about it, right? So a lot of the time I'll be quite nice. But that doesn't mean you need to be. Doesn't need you need to like it's your game, right? It depends on how you feel about that. You can tunnel a camp whenever you want to do that. I wouldn't want to do it really early unless I'm doing a really hard challenge, obviously, and I know I need to do that. Special kind of occasion kind of thing. Because that's where my competitive edge takes over my, empathy edge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. But yeah, like do whatever. It's on you. I honestly, tunneling, especially when you're going against a good team, is just going to make you lose anyway.
Actually, yeah.
If you get complete tunnel vision, there's strategic tunneling where you will actually. I didn't even fucking tunneling at that point. There's strategic play where you've hooked someone, you've gone away, you've chased someone. That person's ran close to the person who got off the hook, who is now healing and now injured. You see them, and then you down them and put them on a hook again because they're healing, so they don't have DS. That's strategic. That's not tunneling. Your plan wasn't to go and find that person again. You've just capitalized on them playing poorly or being in a bad situation. That's completely different. The way I see tunneling is you see a person and you literally fixate on them.
Yeah, you focus on him,
which is how you lose games. So.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. This question is really little bit weird. Maybe I don't even. I mean, you think that Dead by Daylight is a Survivor pro game? I don't know what he means. Like 100%. Yeah, like I think he means like if you could get like a really. To be honest, I don't know how to take this question. Like if you. To be honest, I don't understand. Like Survivor pro game, like I think is like means like if can be like really competitive, maybe. Yeah, Survivor side or Survivor sided.
That's what I'm saying. It maybe means that. The game is massively Survivor sided, yeah, at the higher level, and I think that's so. I think it's due to this, and tell me if you think this kind of line of thinking is irrational. When you play this game in casual level, killers completely dominate, right? Because survivors have control of the chase, right? So if the survivor isn't good at the control, the killer will dominate because they're the ones who have to capitalize on the skill of the game, right?
Yeah.
And because of that, it breaks when survivors are good with the skill of the game, right? So yeah, like when the survivors do actually capitalize on everything they've got, they just dominate. And that's what I think is very seeable, honestly. And I think it's due to survivors not being able to capitalize early on, and the game being designed around survivors not capitalizing. When you go into any conversation with people, well, not everyone, but some people regarding why you should balance for better players. They say, oh, but that'll just put people off who aren't good at the game. And they don't think for like 1 second, yeah, but you can get better. You can get better at the game. Like, there's nothing stopping you getting better, but there's something stopping you when you are already at pretty much the peak and you can't pass it. Like, one of them is kind of a laziness attitude of, I don't want to get better. And the other one is, you can't get better. You can't get past this no matter how much you try. That's why you balance for the higher. So yeah, survivor side. It's very survivor side at the higher level. At the lower level, who gives a shit? Everyone's playing badly. Why does that even matter? Seriously, why does it matter? That's like playing a fighting game at a really low level and being like, oh, Hadoukens are really OP because I don't know how to get past them because I'm playing at low level. Yeah, but at high level they can get past them. There's loads of counterplay. Yeah, but that's high level people. Who cares about high level? It just doesn't make any sense. Why would I genuinely, I genuinely don't get some DVD conversations.
I mean,
Yeah,
but I think is
I don't
some
know.
conversation as are good as well. I mean, it's what brings community, no? Like talking like different.
It's nice having some conversation. The thing with DVD conversations is it's fucking Groundhog Day, man. It's Groundhog
Yeah.
Day. Like it's the same conversation every fucking day, and it doesn't progress.
No, no. Actually, yeah. Since 2016, is always the same. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Of course. Bellatrix is asking if you consider playing Dead by competitive Dead by DVD, but you answered already. I mean, like before, like if you want to answer something more, like
Nah, but it says.
okay. So, what other killers, would True Talent want to face with against Oracle? I think you said Nars and Spirit.
They're the ones which seem to be the more viable. Because I
Even
have a
Blight?
theory. I have a theory. Maybe I think the other two are stronger. I have a theory why people kind of complain about Nurse and Spirit, mainly Spirit, but they will complain about Nurse if Spirit does get nerfed, which I think she will. By the way, there seems to be this consensus that oh yes, it'll be fine making it so you can hear Spirit when she's in phase. That'll be fine. That'll balance her. So I think something like that might happen. Just FYI. But I think one of the reasons why people complain about Spirit and Nurse, less Nurse, but will be, in my opinion, is they have control. So you know how I was talking about how survivors have control of the chase, where so the game for the most part is the killers have to capitalize on the survivors' mistakes, right? This is my theory, right?
Yeah.
But when you play Spirit and Nurse, the survivors have to capitalize on the killers' mistakes. The roles reverse. And that's why I believe these are strong killers, because you're now in control and it's your mistakes which matter, not the survivors, you see?
I mean, I'm with you, but I think that thinking, that feeling that you have with the Nars and Spirit, I think is more with the Spirit than with the Nars.
No. What'll
No?
happen? One thing I've noticed, I try and look for patterns, right? And one thing I've noticed with this community is once they get something which was quite strong nerf, they'll go for the next thing after that, right? If Spirit gets some kind of nerf to the sound or whatever, which would probably destroy her at a high level play, if you can hear where she's fucking phasing directionally.
Yeah. Of course.
I can't believe that. I can't believe it's like
cannot...
people actually talking about this, like as if it's like a good idea. Fuck me. But whatever, it's DVD in it. I'm the one with bad ideas. Once that happens, they're going to.
I don't think you have bad ideas. I mean, you have good ideas, but the thing is, and I don't want to go that deep, but some people they don't respect when the different things. You know what I mean? I mean, they think that they are true, they are right, and they has to be like that, and has to be like that. And when you come in with another idea, what are you saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I kind of break the harmony of the self-validators. So, like if you have like a whole group and they're all like, yeah, this is the reality, we're all happy in this reality, right? And then I come in and break it and I'm like, that isn't the reality. It gets people riled up. It shouldn't, but it does. And that's kind of the issue with a lot of my ideas, I think. I break that kind of that self-validated harmony, which I feel is kind of revolving around casual survivor play. Like, I'm on Discord with some music, chatting to some friends, and this is all, awesome kind of thing. But I'm thinking about the killer. Is it awesome for the killer? Is the killer having loads of fun? So yeah, I think that's where it kind of comes from.
Yeah, but you didn't kill anybody.
No, man, it's just fucking ideas. Like, holy shit. It's just ideas, man. It's just opinions. I don't say any of this stuff needs to even fucking happen. I'm just very opinionated. I've never said any of this needs to happen.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't want to go that deep with this one, but seriously, I mean, and I don't want to look like I'm licking your ass now because you are here or something like that. but I always thinking that I told you already that you were one of the best for whispers. And it's sad because I don't know.
Living a
I mean,
fake world, man.
I don't know what to say as well. I'm just saying that I follow you for like 2 years. Maybe I didn't watch you like every single day, like you have in your chat people like they are watching you every single day.
Mhm.
But man, I think you are one of the best streamers from Dead by Daylight, and I'm telling you face to face. I mean, I don't see your camera,
Yeah.
but I'm not telling you just to lick your ass, just because I want to lick your ass because you are here
Mhm.
or something like that.
Hopefully
I
not.
said, no, don't worry. I'm saying, I said the same to Otsarba. I mean, you and Otsarba, for me, you are the best streamers in Dead by Daylight that you can see. Because you can see Irun, he's a really amazing one. But man, you and Ots, you were both of you for whispers, and I think you were like, even if you thinking that you won 12 hooks, and he was thinking that okay, 4 kills, because I saw this one as well. I watched this one as well. I think like, man, I think it's good for the community if two big streamers they talk about this and they share opinions, and it's, you know what I mean.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
you don't even need to share opinions. The thing is, seriously, I think the DVD community is just full of like really immature minds because you can't have a fucking conversation.
full of ego, man. I'm
I
serious.
what's
Full
that?
of ego, I think. Full of
Yeah, yeah.
ego, I think.
Wait, it's crazy. Like I can literally just like I put like the whole reason like the fucking fog whisperer thing was just fake as shit. Let's face it. It's like a fake slanderous fucking smear campaign. Fucking making fun of the disabled. What the fuck? Um, shit. Now I've gone on a tangent. What am I saying?
No, it's fine. I mean, you can say
No, no, no.
whatever. I mean,
I just went on a tangent though. I was gonna say something, and I went on to
uh,
that.
and you forget.
I mean, what were I saying?
No, you were talking. We were talking about the community, the ego, the like.
Oh yeah, like I literally just put a poll, right? Not saying
Yeah.
it needs to happen. I
Uh-huh.
just put a poll saying, "Do you think this idea for a Survivor Friends debuff is a good idea?" That's it. And then people went ape shit. But there's people consistently bitching about Spirit. It's so weird. Why can't I? Why, like, I don't say things need to happen, right? If you ever be to my stream, I never say this needs to happen. This needs to happen. I just say this is my opinion, and it's so weird how people react to someone having an opinion, man.
You think it can be fixed or no?
I don't know, man. I also feel there's been there's been a lot of kind of like propaganda used against me because I know that there's a narrative that I only blame Survivor Friends because it's when I lose and that's the only reason and blah, blah, blah. When obviously that isn't. I know the variables, I know the strengths and the weaknesses, the tiles, the map sizes. So I think that hurts too because casual players they'll just hear that and they'll be like, oh, well, it must be true. That's it. And then whenever I say some idea towards Survivor Friends. It's like, just you need to get better. Stop complaining about Survivor Friends. You need to get better. So it does make when I say something harder to actually have an intellectual discussion about because there's been so much kind of like smearing of my name, my character for like years. So it is a pity because I could actually have some really good discussions. I'm very, calm. I'm very. I try to be very rational. I try to be very logical with my discussions. I could have some really good discussions, but it's like people don't want to give you that chance. I don't know why though. Like, why don't they want to? Is it because they're a bit scared? I don't know what it is.
To be honest,
Like,
no idea. I mean,
I do have some very very strong stances, and they are very watertight because they've been attacked from multiple angles for multiple years. So I do have some very very strong stances. But even if like you went into a debate right, and you felt your mind were going to change, you were like, oh shit, so this person he's got some strong arguments. I can't really think how to debunk them. But I'm going to go into this conversation. Even if you did go into it right and your mind were changed, why is that a bad thing? maybe you were thinking the wrong way.
Yeah.
If I go into a discussion with someone and they give me some knowledge I weren't thinking of and open my eyes to something, I'll be fucking grateful.
No, of course.
It's a good thing. Why do people
Of-
just want to like sit in this ignorance? Why do they want to sit in this lie? Why do they not want to like push past that bubble, right?
Yeah,
I'd
maybe
fucking love
because
that.
they think they live in a world that is not real, or maybe you saw more world that they saw.
I don't know, man. It's
To
just
be
fucking
honest.
weird. I genuinely think some people just don't want the truth and they don't want the reality and they're just happy living in that like kind of ignorance. And I don't get why. Maybe it's just a comfort thing, but it's not how my mind works. My mind, like, I would love to have a debate with someone and them to change my mind by giving me some really good stuff, not by moving goalposts, not by fucking straw manning shit, just giving proper good, nice debates about the actual topics we're talking about, and then change my mind. It'd be fucking awesome. Dude, if someone could change my mind that, survivors have all the strength and tiles are, this way or that, it'd be fucking awesome because I'd see the game in a different light. I'd have this new outlook. I'd have this whole new angle to the game. You should be thankful for that shit.
Yeah. Actually, it's true. No, you're right. You're right. Actually, you're right. But life is not easy. The every person is different. So, man, I mean, I don't know.
A lot of
I don't know,
emotion.
man. Yeah. So that's it. Did you enjoy?
Yeah, it was chill.
Yeah, was chill.
Yeah.
I told you. I mean,
Well,
I told you to don't worry.
As I said, I've got so much going on right now. It's crazy. Like, I don't know why, but like, it's just got really, really hectic. So I weren't even. I saw this, and then you said, OTZ did it, and I was like, well, he's not, going to go on something weird. I mean, maybe he will. Who knows? I don't know him that well. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll jump on, see what it's all about. And then, I didn't even know what it was about. Like, I'll just jump on and
Yeah, you're still asking me. I don't know what is this one.
Dude, I'm not organized. I'm not organized.
Fine.
I'm a bit different from a lot of these other content creators, or maybe I'm the same. Who fucking knows? I'm just me. Like, I'm a very down to earth guy who plays some games, chats to some people, and tries to give my viewpoint, tries to give my knowledge to anyone who wants to hear. That's literally it. You don't need to take it, but I want to give. I want to give you my insight. I want to give you my knowledge for free. Take it or leave it. That's completely fine. But that's literally it. And I want to one thing with me, which I think is like a negative. Maybe I have more negatives, but one thing that I can think is I really dislike ignorance. And when I see ignorance, I always want to enlighten, or at least attempt to, from what I believe is enlighten the ignorance, right? And that can cause friction, and that can cause kind of, it's again that burst in the bubble shit, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I think that I should just like hold my tongue and not do that. But I feel like it's a good thing, but maybe it isn't. Like, what do you think? Like, if you feel that there's a group, a person, or whatever, who are quite ignorant to something, and you've got the knowledge to like bring them out of that, you believe you do. Maybe you don't, but you believe you do, right?
Yeah.
Do you think you should try to, or do you think you should just leave them in it?
You should try, right?
Well, that's what I think, but I don't know anymore. Maybe it's best not.
Yeah, because maybe what you think is right, or we thinking that is right, maybe it's not. I don't know, man. The world changed a lot. So
Yeah.
anyway, man, thank you so much for coming. Because I need to travel now to Spain.
Yep.
So that's why I asked you if we could do a little bit early. And I'm really happy that you've been here. Seriously, I'm really happy that you answered, and I'm really happy that you came actually, even if you didn't know what was gonna happen.
Yep, no idea.
So seriously, thank you so much, man. I see you in your streaming.
All right, man.
See you. Bye bye.
All right, see you.
See you.
Then behind this masquerade.